Senator Bill Cassidy on this news and more, including his big new climate bill as well. And Senator Cassidy, first up tonight, did you almost get into a fist fight today?
And no, I didn't.
Okay.
I actually stepped out of the hearing when that occurred. So I've not seen that clip until just now.
I mean, it's a little bit unbelievable. It makes me think about, like, poor old William Talby, actually back in 1880, was shot by a journalist. Anyway, that aside, are you going to vote for this bill to fund the government?
I have not seen it yet, but I think I will. It's a clean CR, so to speak. There's not a lot of stuff going on. The government needs to stay open. And I respect Mike Johnson. He's from my state. I think he's done a good job. So I do anticipate voting for it. But I'd like to see it first.
Yeah, that's good. 93 Republicans voted no. 2 Democrats voted no as well. So it wasn't, pure, but it looks like it could get passed. And I would imagine, given that he is from your home state, you would view this as a win for the new House Speaker.
Well, I do view it as a win because they've had a difficult time getting any spending bill through the House. He's done it, and he's got a bipartisan group. And the people that voted against him are cutting him slack. And so it's everything you need to be a speaker for more than a week or more than 6 weeks. And so I applaud him, and it speaks for itself.
All right, I want to switch gears. And really the reason that actually we invited you here tonight, Senator, we didn't know that was going to pass. So thank you for rolling with that. You and some colleagues just introduced a new bill on climate and trade policy. It looks like it's going to get some bipartisan support. It is called the Foreign Pollution Fee Bill. Effectively, and there's a lot in it, it would impose a fee, a tariff, or whatever you want to call it, on energy and industrial imports based on the country of origin pollution levels and profile. Hard not to see this as kind of a direct tack against China, which is obviously a massive polluter and massive manufacturer. Why this bill? Why now?
Well, I can give you lots of reasons. Let's start with the fact that China produces 1/3 of the greenhouse gases in the whole world. They do not enforce environmental regulations, and that has allowed them to decrease the cost of manufacturing in China. That, of course, incentivizes companies and their jobs to move to China to produce in a lower cost setting. China uses that revenue to modernize their military and for foreign policy initiatives, the intent of which, at least in part, is to undermine the influence of the United States of America. So let's just back up. We don't want to have war with China. And so if we have a foreign pollution fee, let's level that playing field. We invest this much in order to control pollution. You don't invest hardly anything at all. Let's put a fee equal to that which we're paying on the products that come in. This is called in economics an externality. We are going to tax the externality. That levels the playing field, encourages companies to actually make their jobs and their products in the United States, relatively weakening their economy, and by the way, weakening their ability to fuel their military adventures. I think it's a great policy, of course.
Yeah, I mean, interesting timing, of course, with APEC and President Xi, who is already in San Francisco. I would imagine China would not be too happy about it. How would it be implemented, though, Senator? How would you say, okay, this solar panel or this car or this whatever it may, iPhone even, comes from this, it's all coal plants, it's dirty, it's nasty. How do you impose the correct fee, if you will?
We start off with certain categories. For example, steel, cement, aluminum. And there are country averages that we know about how those products are produced in China. We start off with a country average, but we do create a mechanism in the future if a particular company can show that it's better than the country average, then they can get down a little bit. But we have a sense of how much extra greenhouse gas emissions they have associated with a unit of steel than do we. For example, let's just assume the U.S. produces about for every unit of steel, the ratio of carbon dioxide is 1. Well, Europe is 1, Mexico is like 1.2, China is 2.4, and Russia is 2.6. We know this, and we can put that tariff, that fee, relative on that extra greenhouse gas emissions on that product.
Yeah,
it's a way, if you will, to peacefully confront China. They can actually get out from underneath this tariff.
And maybe improve air quality and affect climate change and everything else. Interesting concept.
Yes.
Senator,
absolutely.
Senator Cassidy from the great state of Louisiana. Go Tigers. Bill, thank you.
Go Tigers. Thank you.
With EUX. All right, still ahead. Inflation.